I just want to know. So you think, like Jay-Z said, truthfully, I want to rhyme like common sense, but I sold 5 mil. So I ain't rhyme like common sense. When your sense got that much in common and you realize what you up against. He realized what he up against. So, dude like academics who never done nothing positive for the culture, right? He ain't take his money and invest in the community. He ain't send a kid to school. He ain't buy lunch. He ain't buy a school book. He won't interview a positive artist. He don't talk about nothing positive. He don't play no positive music. Nothing positive has ever came from this man's platform.
Fall in love with healing yourself. CBD. Healthy. Gorilla edibles. And hey, don't forget the milk. Somebody already got kicked. Dope. Somebody already got kicked. Dope.
Say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing and get thrown out the conversation. Throw up 2 fingers and tell them, please don't keep the drama away. Bye. Donate to the cause and hit the cash app. And if you ain't got it, them likes are free. Go and smash that. BBN, hit that with a hashtag. Sick with the content, come around and need a hazmat. Jack Frost, yeah, you dudes need to back off. He got the work around here, yeah, we all tip our hats off. Keep the same name, that's what you point for. But if you coming back in, put a 2.0. Big bags, and you asking what they heavy for. Foot and ass be going hella crazy with the petty wars. Good conversation, that's what we be really ready for. Conversation like being on the bottom of a heavy whore. Nah, why niggas be like that? I unsubscribe and tell them, yo, hey, I'll be right back. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing.
Yeah, bags. We just kicked that guy straight out the door. We don't got time for that. We hold those over here. Who the fuck is that dude? Hold on, bro. Can we get bags in the chat? Y'all don't see it, but somebody got hit with bags. Can we get all the bags? BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. Hey, yo, check out some weirdo shit happened to me today, right? I want to know what would have been anybody else's initial response. I want to know how you would have responded. I'm going to tell you what happened to me today. Now, just so we can be clear, I'm not sure if this is what the person was doing. It just looked like that to me. So I'm about to walk into the building. So across the street, and somebody has their phone, and they walk directly to come directly in front of me. Like, yo, dude, I'm gonna show you how it was. Like, let's say y'all me, right? And y'all walking. The person walked directly in front of me with their phone like this, and then turned around and went like this with their phone. So I said, yo, what the fuck you doing? You filming me? So me and him started going back and forth, and I was about to really you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what the fuck? Cause I'm like, yo, is this nigga filming? Like, what? Like, what's going on over here? And then what I realized is there was some police officers over there, so I just let it go and I walked away and went about my business because I didn't want to create a big situation. But I just thought that was odd. Like, what would have been anybody else's first response to that? Like, if that happened to you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even sure what the person was doing. They could have been doing something else for all I know. But that's just the way that I felt. You understand what I'm saying? Like, how would you have felt and how would you have responded? I just want to ask that question, and why everybody that wants to respond to that question is responding. We're going to do like the regular BBN, beginning of the show, things that we do. Let's call out any drops that we might have had this morning real quick. I thought that shit was odd. I was like, what the fuck, yo? I was like, what the? That shit was bananas. That shit was odd to me. I can't talk for nobody else, but to me that shit was odd. It's like, what in the hell was this guy doing? Like, went right in front of me and turned around and hold the phone up like that. Like, why you doing that, homie? Shout out to two independent film guys. Shout out to Man O Mac. Definitely appreciate you guys. Definitely appreciate you guys. You guys are all the best. I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate everybody that like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate everybody in the chat right now. This is a whole fact. I appreciate you people that come in here and keep the chat rate going by saying a whole bunch of unnecessary shit. More comments, please. When the chat is got a lot of comments in it, that makes I think that like gets my juices going. I don't think that's the way I meant it though. Anyway, let's do roll call real quick and then let's get into the show. What up to the business? Dropping all of them force. What up, BBN Network? He says, welcome, come in, take a seat, hit that like button. Hit that like button, please. We got 20-something people in here. We could get to 10. Become a member. Join the green team. Everybody, if you want to become a member, you can join the green team right there. Also, a lot of you guys, I appreciate everybody joining the green team. If you want to join, join. If you don't want to join, don't join. Whatever level you join at, I appreciate it. Don't get it confused. But I'm just saying, some of you guys been BBN gang for like a year now. Like, you gonna upgrade, Jack? Y'all should just upgrade. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, what up? Renee Ricketts says, good evening, chat. Good evening, Renee Ricketts. She says, Jack Ross. What up, AR? He says, how's everything going for us? How you doing? I'm doing quite fine. How you doing, my brother? What up to the few? How you doing, the few? Will you be joining the green team again? I'm kind of curious if you and Renee Ricketts will be back. And if you do come back, at what level? What up, D Candyman? He says, salute Frost, BBN family. Salute, my brother. What up, E Simmons? And what up, Avon? All right, let's get to the show. There's a couple of things that I want to talk about this particular subject, this subject matter. There was a rapper, for everybody that don't know. What up, Black Power Cross? He says, Frost is a whole vibe. F the haters. F all of the haters. Later in the show, we should smack some haters. That's all I'm saying. At some point during the show, we should just start smacking the haters. The haters need all of the smacks. They walking somewhere right now saying the world is not right. I'm smackless. That's what the haters are saying. They searching for them smacks. All of the fingers that comes 5 at a time. What am I talking about? Anyway, so as far as this is concerned, so hold on. What up, Almond Brown? How you doing, baby girl? As far as this is concerned, I want to be clear on something. That just 100% clear. This dude got shot up right as they was leaving the precinct. I don't know how far away from the precinct they were, but he got shot up right as they was leaving the precinct. There's a couple of things that I want to say. Another thing I want to say is they might be able to sue the city. His family might be able to sue the city. I'm going to get to that in a minute. His family might be able to sue the city. Just saying. I'm going to get to that in a minute. The main thing that I think that I want to know is, first of all, he was just getting let out of the jail. You don't know when a nigga's getting. Somebody got to tell you when they letting the dude out of jail. They don't have like a date. It's not like you could call the jail up and be like, yo, there's this guy in there. His name's Ronald Burgundy. When are y'all letting him out? The jail isn't gonna be like, oh, we're letting him out at 2:30. Be here. They're not gonna do that. You understand what I'm saying? Like somebody had to have told you somebody when that dude was getting let out of jail. That's a whole nother point, and that's the first point that I want to speak on. That's the first part of this conversation I'd like to go into. But don't let me forget, his family might be able to sue the city. His family might be able to sue the city. I just thought that was odd. Like, how the hell do they know when he get out of jail? Like, how do they know? I'm doing good, thank you. Like, how do they know? Also, you know how bad they had to want to kill that guy? I want to point out one more thing before I guess I'm just gonna go into certain things I was gonna say, but I guess I'll go straight into it. But I do want to point out this other thing. They might have not had wanted him to get home. They was trying to kill that dude while they knew he had no guns and no weapons on him. They was trying to take care of him before he could get gripped up. What anybody else think? What y'all think about that? Anybody can leave comments down there. I want to know what y'all think about that. They hit him up right when he was leaving the precinct. They didn't even want him right when he was leaving jail. They wanted to make sure he didn't get gripped up. That's what it sounded like to me. What does that sound like to y'all? What do you think about that? I'm curious. Cause that's crazy. They shot him 64 damn times. They was making sure he was dead. That's crazy. No, I don't celebrate anyone being murdered. I don't celebrate anyone being killed. Because at the end of the day, even if that was a bad person, there's a good chance that there's somebody that's suffering because they loved them, and that person might not have been a bad person. That person might be a good person. So I think whenever you have somebody that loses their life, or that we're grieving, or that someone is grieving, I think that we need to always have a certain type of energy about it. You feel me? That's why I say that we should never be dancing on nobody's graves, defacing anybody's mural. Like, we can't have that type of energy with us. You feel me? So the point in which I'm trying to make about this is somebody had to tell them dudes that guy was getting out of jail and when he was getting out of jail. Because check this out. The fucking jail held him an extra day. Okay, so for everybody to understand, his fiance put up $5,000, right? So his fiance put up his bail. He had got in trouble because he was previously out on some kind of bail or whatever the case was, on bond or whatever. So he had got in trouble, so he got arrested. So he had another one or whatever. So his fiance put up the $5,000. When his fiance put up the $5K, they were gonna let him out. They let him out a day late. Why did they let him out a day late? Like, that's what I want to know. So the point in which I'm trying to make is, what a lot of people don't know is, when you get bailed out, they have to let you out immediately. They cannot hold on to you. So why? At least that's how it is in New York City. I mean, in New York, that's how the laws is. That's how the laws is here in New York. So I'm looking at it like this. One, how did they know he was getting out? Two, the jail held him. Why did the jail hold him? Did they know that there was people waiting for him to be let out? Did they tell him? Did they tell his people? Did they hold him to make sure that the people that wanted to meet up with him, that eventually met up with him, maybe they weren't available the previous day? So they held on to him for an extra day to give these guys. So I think this needs to be investigated at the end of the day. I don't care what kind of whatever dude is. The police cannot be involved in this particular situation. And them holding him an extra day, one, that just lends to the idea. Because as far as them knowing when he was getting out, his fiance could have accidentally told the wrong person who told the wrong person. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So I'm not blaming that on the police. What I'm saying is, they held him for an extra day. Why did they hold him for an extra day? When you make bond and you make bail or whatever, they supposed to release you. Why did they hold him? Felice Cortez says, in Milwaukee, you later bail, then goes through processing, and they say depends on process and the inmate's release. E. Simmons says, they call the victim and let them know. They'll call the victim and let them know. I don't know what he was locked up for. We don't know if there's a victim that's still alive. This is Chicago, and there's a good chance that one of the things in which he was in trouble for was murder. I'm just saying. What up, Kumbaka? They was waiting on him. That's a fact. So what was they doing? Maybe they had to drop on his girlfriend. Maybe his fiance. Maybe they was following his fiance around. Maybe his fiance told the wrong person that she was bailing him out. It could be something as simple as that. She was talking to one of her homegirls, told one of her homegirls something she shouldn't have said. One of her homegirls passed that information on, either by accident or on purpose. What up, New York Urban Legends? State of Fed. A lawsuit. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I was saying. I don't know if it's state. I think it's state. But that's what I was saying. That's a lawsuit. That's right what I was saying. That sounds like a lawsuit. That's a fact. You can't, when you make bail and your paperwork and all that shit goes. Okay, so are we back? Hoping we're back. Some of y'all got kicked. Sorry about that. Are we back? All right, we back. I know some of y'all got kicked. I'm sorry about that. There's nothing I could do about that. All I could ever do is when y'all get kicked, be like, I hope they come back. Other than that, ain't nothing I could do. Hold on one second. Just make sure that don't happen again. Okay, there we go. All right. Felice Cortez says you could call and ask how much is bail, and they could say bail was posted too. That's a fact. But my whole point is, all of these things is possible. But my whole point is this. Okay, why did the police hold him an extra day? That's one. Two, somebody had to have known. They could post bail for you. They could post bail for you, but to know right when somebody is getting out, like, I just think that somebody had to be talking, whether it was on purpose or by accident. Somebody had to be talking, and somebody said the wrong thing to the wrong person. That's just my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, but it just, I could be wrong, but that just seems real fishy to me. That's just like, what the hell? What up, BK all day? That's like, what the hell? So y'all held him an extra day. So he was supposed to get out. He was supposed to get out, but y'all held him an extra day. I'm going to explain something to y'all real quick. I don't know how it goes in California where they're at. But here in New York City, if you, let's say you leaving Rikers Island. Let's say you make bail. They supposed to be letting you go. They keep you longer than they're supposed to keep you. If anything at all happens to you, that's a lawsuit on them because you're not supposed to be there. If they keep you and they don't want to let you go, that's a lawsuit. They can't hold you there. You understand what I'm saying? So the point in which I'm trying to make is prisons and jails, they don't want you on their freaking property if you're not supposed to be there. Because if anything happened to you there, they're going to be held responsible. So why did they keep that dude a whole extra day? That's what I'm saying. Why would they even take that chance? Something was going on. What the fuck was happening? That's not a chance to take. You understand what I'm saying? That's not a chance you should take. Like, you don't take that chance. This is Chicago we talking about. There's no telling what they did. They kept them isolated. The whole, like, is that what they did? Maybe they just kept them isolated because this is Chicago. You got to assume that when you go to jail, everybody is in jail, right? Everybody in jail. When I say everybody, I mean all the gangs got somebody locked up. I'm pretty sure they do a pretty decent job of keeping people separated, but why take the chance? You understand what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense. They had a picture of him, his brother, and his father. All of them passed. All of them got murdered. All of them gone. It was him, his picture of his brother, they looked like they was twins. I don't know if they was twins or not. But they had a picture of him, his brother, and his father. All of them got murdered. All of them gang niggas. Like, what are y'all gonna do? Like, why we timing out New York Urban Legend for, D Candy, man? What up, Kelly? What up, BQ Mommy? Everybody say what's up to my sister-in-law. I'm gonna assume that was an accident, so I'm gonna unhide them. I'm gonna hide them in the I'm gonna undo. I'm gonna assume that was an accident. What up, Kelly? Yeah, it was not far from the police station. That's a fact. Like, it was like right when he was let out. It's an accident. Accidents happen. It was like right when he was let out. Of course, I don't know exactly, like, I'm not there in Chicago. I don't know exactly how the street or anything is set up. But from the way that the information is being given out, they're basically saying it was right there. Like, as soon as he left the precinct. What up, D Candy Man? What up, Straight G Toro? They're saying, like, as soon as he left the precinct. What up, High Noon? Says, depending how the bond is posted, he can't be released after 12 p.m. That area also is infested with Latin gangs and so forth. Okay, well, there you go. So there might have been a good reason. That's what you're saying. Something had to do with G Herbo and them. That's what you're saying, Kelly? NLMB don't play. I was gonna make a joke and say National League Men's Baseball, but I'm not gonna do it. That nigga got lined up. His I think his mother got shot in the knee. They had some advocate people there or something. They got shot up. Like, people was just getting shot up. Like, what the hell? Like, this is the type of time we on? I want to know how they knew exactly when to pull up on them. What up, Stilo Faxes? What's good, Jack? It's a rapper. His name is KTS Dre. KTS is obviously the gang. Dre's his name. In Chicago. Hey, what up, Agnes Hall? How you doing? Haven't seen you in a dumb long time. He had to wait to get his ankle monitor. Boom, that's a good reason. All right, copy. Thank you, Agnes. He had to wait to get his ankle monitor. Okay, let's go. Straight G Toro says G Herbo a drill rapper. He should be boycotted. Why should he be? Because he's a drill rapper? Avon says, I'll never in life visit Chicago again unless a big bag's involved. And I have a lot of family there. Okay. Straight G Torres says, at what point are we going to boycott Chicago drill? Okay, so this is the issue, right? First of all, there are a lot of drill rappers that ain't killing nobody. Alright? It's just the music. That's one. Two, do you want to boycott the music, or do we want to use the moment as a teachable moment? Because just boycotting the music isn't gonna use the moment as a teachable moment. Do we want to use the moment as a teachable moment? Not this, just this specific moment, but just the whole drill music scene in general. Do we want to use it as a teachable moment? I'm gonna explain something to you. You want to know the real way we learn as children? I'm gonna tell you how the real way we learn as children. We go do something, we make a mistake. Our parent comes and explains the right way to do it, or shows us the right way to do it, or tells us the right way to do it, right? And then we try that. So the point in which I'm trying to make is, by us just boycotting drill music, that's not going to help the situation. Me and you boycotting drill music, that's not going to make the people that love drill music boycott drill music. They're going to keep listening to it. And that's if you believe drill music to be the problem. I don't think drill music is a problem. Is the problem. They're still going to listen to drill music. Do you get what I'm saying? So us boycotting drill music isn't going to do anything. Shout out to Brooklyn Banger. Everybody say what's up to my brother. Us boycotting drill music isn't going to do anything. Zero things. Straight G Tourist says, well, you got to keep in mind a lot of kids in Chicago don't have parents to teach them. A lot of people don't have tutelage. You know, a lot of people don't have mentors. A lot of people don't have anybody helping them, or anybody ahead of them that trailblazed or paved the way for them. A lot of people don't have that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to leave a lot of shit out of that. A lot of it. But just imagine, just so we can be clear, just imagine one of the things us black people, some of our families do, not all of our families, but some of our families do this. They won't give the assistance to a person close to them. They're going to go away from their immediate circle and give the assistance to send assistance out there to somewhere. Like, let's say you have a brother and you got a ton of brothers, and one of the brothers is doing well. In our families, our black families, and this is a slave teaching, by the way, most of the time what we'll do is, and the parents teach this to their children, by the way, is to not help the other brothers. To you got to go off and do your own thing. Don't give assistance to your other brothers. A lot of this sounds crazy, but a lot of people teach this, right? A lot of people teach this, right? So I say that to say this. Listen. So I say that to say this. The way that we have these situations, you want people to do better by drill music. I'm saying don't get rid of drill music. I'm saying we have to create a dialogue where we now can have a conversation, because drill music isn't the problem. Drill music is just an element, or it's just a side effect of what the actual problem is. It's like when you have a stuffed up nose, so you can't breathe. You know, your nose being stuffed up is not the problem. It's just a symptom of the actual problem. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you don't go get something to open your nose. You go get antihistamines. Do you understand what I'm saying? Anyway, the point being is this. We have to figure out a way to not alienate the individuals who want to be a part of the drill music scene. So that's what I'm trying to say, but I'm trying to say it as understanding as possible, because I'm not a big fan of drill music myself. There's a couple of songs that I like, but I mean, if I listen to 4 straight drill music songs, I'm done with music for the day. I'm just gonna be like, I don't got time for this shit, because that's not my flow. You feel me? That's not the type of energy I'm on. But yeah, nah, we're not gonna do that. We're not canceling drill music. That doesn't make sense. We shouldn't do it like that. Let's try to work with them and try to figure out why there's so much violence. Maybe then we create a whole new sound. Maybe we create a whole new method of making music. Maybe we create a whole new genre. Maybe we create a whole new energy. It's always about creating. It's always about building. It's never about destroying. So that's how we got to start thinking. If we want to create community, we have to think about building, not destroying. It's never about destroying. It's always about building. Your mom's is one of what? E. Simmons says facts. My mom's is one of them. Your mom's is one of what? Rule, don't nobody see them dots. Jones says they will never boycott the drill music. One reason is because the rap they telling on themselves, so they will just to solve crimes. I think we have to be a little bit more cognizant whenever we're speaking about actually suppressing freedom of speech. That will be a suppressing of freedom of speech. Like, for us to say that we're going to boycott drill music, that's suppressing of freedom of speech also. You understand what I'm saying? Rappers, if you're making music, you have the right to say whatever you want on your freaking songs. I'm not going to tell nobody what they can and can't talk about. You understand what I'm saying? Remember, the main reason why... Okay, so... You know how they was always saying, to hide something from a black person, put it in a book. Black people weren't allowed to learn how to read during slavery times. Y'all got that backwards. You know that, right? I mean, yeah, I guess they also don't want to let black people read. Like, what the fuck are they sending us to school to learn to read for? They need us in the fields. That don't make sense. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't think they didn't want black people to learn how to read. I think they didn't want black people to learn how to write. They didn't want people documenting what was going on. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I think what was happening. I think that we kind of might have that backwards. I mean, I'm pretty sure they also didn't want black people to read. I mean, there's no need for black people to know how to read. You get it? Like, what the fuck? It's not like they're like, oh man, I can't wait for them slaves to get off of school. Like, who the fuck is doing that? But I think they didn't want black people to know how to write. They didn't want black people to be able to document what was going on back then. Because I'm going to let you know something. I don't watch slave movies. It's hard for me to watch a slave movie. I might watch a slave movie once every 3-4 years. Slave movies is hard for me. All I'm thinking about is how our women were being treated. That's it. And I mean, they was raping the men like crazy. It was ugly. You understand? Like, they was just doing, like, I don't know how to think about how people treat animals now. Okay? And that's it. You know, some animals you gotta cut their nuts off. You know, they're just bucking too much. So, you know, some animals you just gotta break them. They're not gonna do the thing you need them to do. So you gotta break them first. So think about slavery like that. So I don't really watch slave movies like that. Kelly said it's always about dissing. All of the drill music songs are about dissing dead people. And I guess that goes to tell you why I'm not really a big drill music fan, I guess. Tiandre Willis Sr. says it's all kind of goes hand in hand. What goes hand in hand, my brother? Because I would have a better understanding of what you're intending, what you're trying to convey. Avon says, I'm a 90s hip-hop guy myself, the era I'm from. I appreciate the music in the 80s. I appreciate the music in the 90s. I think that we should all, and this is not a knock on you, Avon, I just want to make a statement. I think we should all learn to be able to appreciate music from times other than ours. I love the disco era music. That music was dope. I don't know what to tell you. That music was dope. The whole disco era music, that music was dope. Reading and writing. Yeah, but it does go hand in reading and writing, obviously goes hand in hand. But what I'm saying is I think they were more concerned with black people documenting what was going on rather than reading. You understand what I'm saying? I think they didn't want black people to document like what was going on. I'm pretty sure they also did not want black people to read also. So I'm not trying to say one thing or the other was sorry about that. I hate slave movies. No, that's the appropriate term. Hate's the appropriate word. I hate slave movies. Hate's probably not strong enough for me. Like I would probably need a stronger word than hate. We should probably talk to Webster, see if we can get them on to something. I need a stronger word than hate. I don't know what to tell you. This is a different time of rap. That's it. Yeah, I think that I try to appreciate shit for what it is. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Run DMC. Run was the more acclaimed rapper. Run won Rapper of the Year like 3 years. They used to have a thing, and they used to like vote on Rapper of the Year and shit like that. Run won that shit 3 times. When I was growing up, it was Run. They have a song, Run's House. It was Run. Run DMC. Run was the man. For everybody that don't know, Run was the man. DMC was, I like DMC raps better. I like DMC better. Point in which I'm trying to make is, just because one thing is liked, you like one thing, doesn't mean that you can't appreciate another. And I think that that's a problem that we have. I don't consider Run or DMC. I don't consider DMC better than Run, and I don't consider Run better than DMC. I'm just saying I have a preference. And I think that that's a problem that we have just in our culture. A person can't say that they have a preference without another person saying, oh, so you think one is better than the other? No, I don't. But if I had the opportunity to experience either which one of those, I have one that I would prefer to experience over the other. But I think both of them are great. What the fuck? Roger Parker says, as a Chicago resident, I could say the violence here would exist with or without drill music. As a matter of fact, it used to be more violent. Yeah, I don't think drill music is creating the violence either. That's actually was part of my point. My main point that I was trying to make earlier is that it's not the drill music isn't a problem. It's a symptom of the actual problem. We got to try to solve the problem. I think often, especially the way that we're taught and the way that we do things in the black community, we spend way too much time on symptoms and we don't spend enough time trying to actually correct problems. I think we just do that in our communities a lot, not for nothing. E. Simmons says, Chicago has a lot of gang members on payroll. They still haven't did anything about her being found in the freezer in the kitchen in the Crown Plaza. As far as comment I made about my mom, I was referring to. Okay, hold on. Let me go back up and see your comment real quick. Your mom is one of what? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're saying your mom is one of. Now I'm even more confused. Oh, telling your mom's telling the children not to help their children. Some people say some people got family sayings like your family's your worst enemy and shit like that, and they try to drill that into their kids' heads, their kids' whole lives. Like, some people are weird, man. I don't know what to tell you. Some people got mental disorders, man. There's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of people who had children during the 70s and 80s that got mental disorders. In the 60s, they had mental disorders. You know what I'm saying? They just had children just because the time was fucked up. You don't know who's slow and who isn't because the time is fucked up. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of motherfuckers was slow. A lot of people were slow, not necessarily a mental disorder, but slow. You get it? Slow. Not necessarily a mental disorder. Remember, you had people. Remember, you go back to the 60s and the 50s, and you had people that had to drop out of school when they was like in like 3rd, 4th grade because they had to go get a job. You understand? And help feed the family. You had households, black households. It was all sharecroppers. Their kids couldn't go to school. If you know what sharecropping is, you already know. If you're a sharecropper, you're never gonna make money. Roger Porter says, I agree, but Chicago is so gang-infested city that I'm losing hope. Some of the feuds go back decades. I'm not sure what you're agreeing with, but okay. I'm not sure what you're disagreeing with neither, because I'm not sure what you're talking about. You might be talking to somebody else, though, so I'm going to assume that. Yeah, so that shit is crazy. For real, for real. Look, I'm going to say it like this. 80s music, some of y'all is never going to get it. Some of y'all is just never going to get it. Some of the 80s hip-hop, some people are just never going to get it. So whenever I'm having a conversation with somebody about who the best rappers is, and they say somebody that I'm like, I could name 5 or 6 people who I prefer over that individual, I still respect it. But I'm telling you right now, music is a reflection of the times. So if in Chicago, if the drill music scene is like that, The actual lifestyle of Chicago is pretty bad also. It has to be. Just on some real shit. Because it's always a reflection. See, I'm from the Bronx in the 80s. I remember walking through them fucking fields of buildings. It'd be blocks. It'd be a whole block. There ain't shit on the block. It's just rubble. Buildings that was knocked over and destroyed. You go to a whole nother block. It's just the whole block is nothing but buildings that don't nobody live in no more. That's where fucking 80s hip hop came from. That's why it sound like that. That's why it's gritty. That's why it's rough like that. You understand what I'm saying? So, I don't think music makes shit bad. I think music prevents us sometimes from considering making the choices that we could make that exacerbate the situation. If the music that's coming out is only saying things that can make the situation worse, I'm personally not going to look at the music and blame the music for the situation. But I will say the music is not helping us move towards change. That's the problem that we have. But at the same time, it's who you listening to. Because I'm telling you right now, every single rapper out here is making music that is positive. It's just not seeing the light of day. Every rapper's making music that's positive. I'm telling you, it's just not seeing the light of day. That's all. For whatever the reason is. The people that's controlling, pushing the button and controlling which music come out and which music don't, have not sent the music out yet, and that's that. I don't know what to tell you. If you believe different, you believe different. Rappers have been arguing and been complaining since the 80s. Since the 80s that record labels don't allow them to drop the music that they want to drop. These are facts. Not just rappers, by the way. Musicians, people in all genres of music complain. I'm going to tell y'all a story real quick. Y'all might have forgot about this shit. Y'all remember, what's her name? Carrie Underwood? That was the girl from America's, hold on, America's, what was that? The show where they talent. Not America's Icon? What was the name of that? What's the name of that show? America's Icon? America's Most, no, not America's Most Wanted. It's a talent show. America's something. I don't know. I think the girl's name is Carrie Underwood, though. Hold on. American Idol. Boom. Yeah, Carrie Underwood. Y'all remember Carrie Underwood? She won on American Idol, right? Who was the first American Idol winner? Whoever the first American Idol winner was. I forgot who she was. Hold on. I want to get her name, so I'm going to make sure we on point with this. Kelly Clarkson. Boom. Remember Kelly Clarkson, right? This is the best way I could explain to you, because sometimes when you say, yo, the record label don't let the album come out, the rapper wanted to put out some music, the record label don't let him do it. Sometimes you guys don't understand. And when I say you guys, obviously I'm not talking about to the people that understand. I'm only talking to the people who don't understand. Sometimes you guys don't understand that. So now I'm going to tell you about a situation that happened in the reverse. Kelly Clarkson had a song that came out that sounded almost just like Beyonce's Hero. Kelly Clarkson didn't want to put it on the album. Kelly Clarkson fought with the record label because she didn't want it to go on the album because it sounded too much like Beyonce's Hero. She lost that. Why? Because Kelly Clarkson has no control over what music of hers come out and doesn't come out. And the reason why the songs sound the same is because the same person wrote them. Beyonce didn't write her song, and Kelly Clarkson didn't write the one she sang. Some guy wrote the song, both songs. I don't remember what his name was. Some guy wrote both songs. I don't remember what his name was. But these people don't have any control over what music come out. I'm just saying that. So don't get too mad at these drill rappers. If they wasn't making drill music, they probably wouldn't even have a record deal. The only reason why they probably got a record deal is because they making music about doing weirdo shit, about doing this shit. Shout out to Keenan Romney. How you doing, my brother? Roger Parker said, like Dame Dash said once, the ones that can't dance to the music are making the decisions on what gets played. Also, was just agreeing with your assessment of Chicago earlier. Cool. Not a problem. Don't worry about it. Even if you was or you wasn't agreeing, don't matter. You ain't say nothing disrespectful. I know who you was referring to, E. Simmons. I caught it. I didn't say the name because when you said it the way that you said it, I also thought if I say the name, I might get hit by YouTube. Maybe that's why you didn't say the name. I thought you was trying to think for me. And I was like, yeah, you know what? That's a good think for me situation. Yeah, I thought you were just trying to think for me. I just was like, well, thank you. I know how to be a good boyfriend, all right? I know how to be a good man. It's for everybody that don't know. For everybody that don't know how to be a good man, sometimes you just got to let your woman think for you. Or good partner. Sometimes you just have to let your partner think for you, period. Like, even when you, like, I don't know, playing sports. You understand what I'm saying? You got to let the person think for you. When you driving, I don't know how to put it. People that know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. Straight G Taurus says, Jack, there was a rally in Oakland, California, where they got together to advocate against violence, but almost nobody showed. To advocate against violence, but almost nobody showed up. If nobody showed up, that means that the people who are putting out the flyers and putting the things together, they just need a little bit of assistance, or they just need to learn how to do it a little bit better. Maybe their message just didn't get out. There are a lot of people who do not want violence to happen. Maybe they weren't able to centralize their message to those individuals so they could be able to pull up and be a part of whatever that function was. So hopefully next time they can get some people to pull up and be a part of it. Also, one of the main things that you should always do when you get in the anti-violence thing together is you have to reach out to the gangs. You have to reach out to the people who are in the street who are mostly affected by the gang violence, right? And those people are the gangs. You will find that there are a lot of people who are a part of gangs that actually want the violence to stop. And a lot of the people that want the violence to stop are the people that's making money on the street. Because if the violence isn't on the street, you can't make more money. Just something to say. Too bad nobody showed up though. But that's how it is sometimes. Literally. We plug this shit in. That's how it is sometimes. I think people being a little bit too hard on some of these rappers about the music they're dropping also. I mean, what you expect? Straight G Taurus said, had it been a protest, rappers would have showed up, and hella people would have showed up to the point where you can't even see the concrete. Quite possible. What was it, a rally? And similar things. But like I said before, also it deals with whoever's organizing it. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes some of these events don't go better because the people who are organizing it, they're not good at it yet. You know what I'm saying? So just wait. Sometimes, you know, sometimes the people that are organizing it have to get better at it. Tamika Mallory and Mike Son and them was flying all around America teaching people how to organize rallies and shit like that. That's another reason why when people talk shit about them, I'm like, dude, like, do you even know what they do? They was literally going around America teaching people how to do rallies, teaching people how to organize. That's a skill. If I knew how to organize better or at all, I'm terrible at organizing. If I knew how to organize better or at all, I'd be doing a lot better shit than I'm doing right now. You know, half of my problem is that I'm terrible at organizing. Terrible. I'm shit at organizing. Shit at organizing. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna stay on this topic. But is there anything else that y'all want to ask me or discuss? But I'm gonna stay on this topic, and you spell Kanika wrong. I'm gonna stay on this topic. But if there's anything else that y'all want to address or ask me about, put it in the comment. Put it in the chat. Soleil. Shout out to Soleil. She says, good evening, BBN Network family. Floors, hope all is well. All is well. What up, Jody Spencer? Said, I'm getting too old for this shit. I'm telling you, they need to do Lethal Weapon over again. And hire me to be Murtaugh. No, he wasn't shot at 64 times. He was shot. I think they're saying he was shot. I don't know if they were saying he was shot at or shot 64 times, to be honest with you. I'm kind of murky on that. But if he was shot 64 times, he was shot at more times than that. That's why I was like, what the fuck was they doing? Just reloading? Which Euro soccer drama? How they had the black dudes over there that's being absolutely killed in the press because they missed those penalty shots. Boy, 17 years old. Sometimes you miss. He was shot 64 times. So they shot at him over 100 times. Or they the best marksmen ever. That was the anti-stormtrooper aim. They hit a mark. And they shot the mom in the knee and the sister face got grazed. That's a fact. I don't know what you're talking about, Sule. People are saying he was a rapper. I don't even know who the dude is. All I know is that people are saying he's a rapper. I don't know who the dude is. If you're going to try to argue with me about that, I'm not going to argue with you. The dude was saying Americans don't care about me. No, that's a lie. Don't you see all of them damn Americans that keep running to Africa talking about they trying to save some African children? Y'all don't remember that shit. I remember growing up. And just imagine how the children in America that was hungry and starving. Just imagine how the kids in America that was hungry and starving had to feel looking at them fucking commercials with some white people with some kids over in Africa talking about a quarter a day could feed this kid. And you busy sitting there thinking, God dang it, like y'all sending all of this money over there to Africa to feed they hungry kids. We got hungry kids here in America. I don't know who he was killed by, Kelly. And Indian Red was not killed by the 60s. His brother was KTS Vaughn. Wait, what? Kelly, do you think you want to have this particular conversation with me in private? Because I'm pretty sure not a lot of people have picked up what you just said, and that I picked up what you just said. I don't think a lot of people just picked up what you just said. Sule says on Bossy Addict's page there was a video of Beyonce apparently shape shifted. Let me look. Shout out to Bossy Addict. I don't think she likes me. I know they got a lot of Sarah Molina community over there. I know they pissed off at me. Hold on. Where am I going again? Bossy Addict page. Okay. Where's 2 Bossy Addict pages? Or more than one? Which one are you talking about? Send me the post. Okay, so that says May 15th. So that's not the Bossy Addict page you was talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see it. You gotta send it to me. I don't see it. Send it to me. That's all I can say. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. KTS Dre's brother was KTS Vaughn. Okay, I'm reading your comments right now. Explain everything and break it down so I can make sure I get the gist. Okay, so I'm at Rule. Rule don't nobody see them dots. Jones says, if you hopping out of a 2-car with multiple shooters and 30 rounds each, they overkilled him. I wonder what the hell he did wrong. That's a fact. That's a fact. They hopped out of 2 cars with multiple shooters that all had 30 rounds each. Whatever the hell he did, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that shape-shifting stuff and that type of stuff. I try not to get too deep into that stuff. I try not to get into that stuff. I'm not the person to have a conversation with you about that with. I don't know nothing about that type of stuff. Kelly says, how about how now the feds are saying that King Vaughn killed that girl in 2014? Okay, we can have that. Hold on. I'll talk about that in 1 second. Hold on. Just want to make sure I get caught up on everything you guys are saying. How about how the feds are saying, okay, Dre's brother was retweet. I meant to say the guy who was shot, his brother was KJ Vaughn, the other Indian kid, was killed by the gang. He left over him and a homie sharing a thotty, not over net. Wait, what? Okay, so hold on. Somebody said, they saying that King Vaughn had killed that girl. She was 17 years old, and she was a hitter. She was a hitter herself. They trying to say she was 17 years old. I think they tried to say she had like 14 bodies already. I don't know what to tell you. They saying she was 17 years old. They saying she already had 14 bodies. Some number like that. 12, 14, something like that. She was out there getting it. They saying King Von killed her. That's what the police is saying now. And they also show, I saw some texts and some DMs or whatever where King Von was allegedly flirting with her, trying to like get with her. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, so King Von allegedly was like flirting with her, trying to get with her, whatever. Now they saying that King Von is actually the one that ended up killing her. She was a hitter. So, I don't know what to tell you. I think they just trying to let people know, stop feeling so, like, a lot of these dudes out here is killers themselves. Like, how, like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, think about it like this. Think about it like this. How do you think the people that King Von feel how do you think the people that believe that King Von killed people, their loved ones, feel when they see the whole world get broken up over King Von being killed? And they busy sitting back like, but that nigga killed my people. You understand what I'm saying? These young dudes are crazy nowadays. That's a fact. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Yeah. You read the title and thought, what? Oh, shit. Thank you for pointing that out. Oh, man. Come on. Come on. You know I'm not on that type of time. Thank you, James Bond, for putting me on. I did not know that I had 2 C's in that. I don't even know what that means, this shit. I'm not on that type of time. Thank you for pointing that out and telling me that so I can fix it. Appreciate you, James Bond. Oh, man. Key was part of Taekwon World, who they said Oblak killed. Yep. Of course, they're going to close that case. Vaughn ain't here no more, so it's just to give the family some closure. They been knew he did, but they couldn't prove it. Yeah, basically. Basically. But there's a lot of... See, I'm thinking about it like this. Do y'all remember The Wire? Do y'all remember in The Wire when Weebay got caught? He went to jail. He just was like, yo, I'm taking all the bodies. He was like, you got another one? Give me a hamburger. I'll take that one too. This might be a situation where they could be trying to do that to King Von. We don't know if King Von did it or not. I'm not trying to say he did. I'm not trying to say he didn't. But I'm saying, how hard would it be for the police to say, well, he was a suspect. We want to get that shit off of red and get it to black. We want to get it off as an unsolved case and make it a solved case, right? So it behooved them to say, well, the dude that killed them is actually already dead, so fuck that shit. We can stop looking for the guy that actually did the murder. Think about how many people is locked up in jail right now for murders they didn't even commit. You don't think that there's people that got accused that died and they said, well, that was the killer and they really didn't do the killing? That happens too, don't it? Not just the other way around. Kelly says, well, the other person involved was Big A, but Big A was killed too, so they both dead. See? You said watch him go down for Duck. See, so, all right, so, but that's something that the police sometimes do. You feel me? Look at the Central Park 5. That's a fact. Shout out to Supreme Dreams. Rule, don't nobody see them Dodge Jones says The Wire My Shit Frost on HBO and Boardwalk, both excellent shows. Yeah, I like Boardwalk Empire also. I was actually thinking about watching a couple of episodes again in the foreseeable future. Hey, I got a quick question. Who wants to see Marvel Black Widow? If I had a way to show y'all Marvel Black Widow, would y'all want to see it? I'm curious. That's a fact. Shin Akuma says it's like on The Wire when Omar got smoked. Everybody and their mama had a story. It's a fact. And meanwhile, some little fucking shit. Some little shit shot Omar. I'm asking. If I can show, if would y'all want to watch Black Widow? I'm curious. Because coincidentally enough, I have Black Widow and I can watch it at any time. I saw it twice already. Shout out to D Vertical. So would y'all like to have a Black Widow viewing party this week? That's what I'm asking. We can have a Black Widow viewing party. We'll talk about it. I don't know if y'all guys really want to do it. But we could have a Black Widow viewing party. What up, D-Vert? It says, still working? Damn. That girl with 14 bodies thought she was Black Widow on real. Yo, I'm going to say this much. Listen, I'm going to say this much. The MCU, they're making this shit like the comic books for real. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. Like, the way that they're doing it is so dope. If y'all not watching Loki on Disney Plus, I don't know what to tell you. Shit's lit. MCU is the shit, man. I'm so happy. I've read thousands of comic books. When I say thousands, I mean thousands of comic books. When I say thousands, I don't mean like I read 1,000 comic books or maybe 2,000 comic books. I mean over that. I may have read like 7,000, 8,000. I don't even know how many comic books exist. But we used to have, in my basement when I was growing up, my brother, I used to know a guy who used to go to the comic book conventions with some people that he knew, and they used to go and come back with hundreds of comic books. So in my basement, I had every edition. Like, I had every edition from like Spider-Man 1 to like Spider-Man like 2 something. Amazing. I had every edition of like the Spectacular Peter Parker from like 1 to like 80 or 90 something, because it came out second or some shit like that. Eventually I had like every Spectacular, we had thousands of comic books. Shout out to LaToya Hicks. Thousands of comic books. Thousands. God Butcher's gonna be in the next Thor movie. Great. No, I used to live in a private house, and allegedly it got flooded, which it probably did, and the comic books got ruined. But I think more likely what happened was, people didn't understand how precious or how valuable those comics was. And we had a lot of comics that you can't get. And we had like 3 and 4 different, before the balloon busted, before the comic balloon busted in the early 90s. I'm talking about like 82, 83. We had comic books like from like the 70s and from the 60s that were classics, and we had like 3-4 editions of them like in pristine shape. But no disrespecting nobody. Sometimes people don't know the quality or how important something is. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to Jody Spencer with the $20 drop. Jody Spencer pulls up into the saloons. Jody Spencer pulls up into the saloon. He got on a big tall top hat like fucking Abraham Lincoln. He got on a big long cane with him. He got a monocle. He got a whole gray beard. He has a whole gray beard. And you can see like the glue that he was using to stick the beard to his face. You can see some of the glue like coming out for, because he's like trying to be in disguise. He walks into the saloon. He looks at the bouncer. The bouncer just shakes his head like that because the bouncer knows who he is, but he's acting like he's somebody else. He has on a whole new. He's using he's trying to talk like a British voice. He walks into the saloon. He gives the head nod to the bouncer, and then he says, "Hey, good man, is there a chance that y'all might have some of the ales in the spots?" He does not know how to talk like people from Britain. He sounds how I sound. He walks over to the bar. The bartender, he pulls up. The bartender's looking at him in his face. He got like a monocle right here. He has like a monocle. He got one of them Abraham Lincoln hats on. He got like a beard on that comes all the way down like this, but you can see like the glue he's using to stick to me. The beard is not on good. I don't know what to tell you. He walks up to the bartender. He's like, "Hey, wait, hold on. Is this the right one, Jody?" "Yeah." "Hey," he's like, "Yo, look, Jody, you the dude, right, that I can't never remember." He says, the bartender says, "How can I help you?" He says, Can I get some sarsaparillas?" The bartender says, "Not a problem." He gives him some sarsaparillas. He takes the sarsaparilla, he throws it back. He says, "I appreciate you." And he says, "I want to go upstairs with the ladies." Bartender says, "Not a problem." He sends him upstairs to the ladies and gives him a bottle of champagne. Shout out to Jody Spencer pulling up to the saloon. Who's next? For everybody that don't know, Jody Spencer thinks he's undercover. So he's like trying to be undercover. He works for the Pinkertons. So every time he comes in the saloon, he has on a disguise. What up, Stilo Faxes? Word up, man. My old man used to collect comic books. He had crates. That's what you keep them in. You keep them in crates. He had crates. He took me to a Comic-Con one time in Florida, and that's where I met Stan Lee. No. You've never met Stan Lee. Just so we can be clear, you've only met Stan Lee, okay? You've never met Stan Lee. Let's not make that mistake again. You met Stan Lee. You did not meet Stan Lee. Let's not make that mistake. That's his name, man. His name is his name. That nigga all our uncle. That nigga Stan Lee is all our uncle. That nigga's every human being's uncle. The fuck? That nigga is every human being's uncle. Just like freaking Claire Huxtable is all black niggas' moms. If you black, Claire Huxtable is your moms. I don't know what to tell you. Especially if you black and you from the 80s, Claire Huxtable is your moms, man. She your second moms. Or your first moms. I don't know your situations. Stan Lee, all our uncle. Shout out to Stan Lee. Nah, you good. Don't worry about it, Stilo. I'm just fucking with you. That's a fact, though. The nigga Stan Lee is our uncle. What do your uncle do? Your uncle always got stories, don't he? Right? What do your favorite uncle do? Your favorite uncle always got stories, don't they? Or a gift or some shit, right? Right? Stan Lee is that uncle that sit around and tell stories while the whole family sit around and listen. He that uncle. Ain't nothing wrong with him. That uncle's dope. You know who else is that uncle? This guy. That uncle's dope. What else we talking about? Come on. Come on, what else we talking about? Shout out to Jody Spencer. I didn't even call out for any drops. Jody Spencer did some drops. Who's next? We got smacks. Let's smack some haters. D Vertical said Uncle Frost. That's what my niece calls me. Shout out to Brooklyn. That's Brooklyn with 2 N's. Shout out to oh, my other niece also. Shout out to Randy. Shout out to baby Randy. No, I have not seen the new Fast and Furious. Yes, they go to space. I already know. I had to. Okay, so I wasn't gonna see any movie at all, but I can't not see the Marvel movies. That's just part of that's part of my culture. So I can't not see the Marvel movies. So I had to make a decision. It's part of my culture. All fairness. That's what I grew up in. That's what I grew up in. What up, Coretta? Yes! Celebrating, I don't know how to say homegirl's name, but homegirl that won the spelling bee. Apparently, she could dribble a basketball and juggle and ride a unicycle at the same time. So she's a superhero. She's a whole superhero. That black girl that won the spelling bee. She is a superhero. She could dribble a basketball, juggle, and ride a unicycle all at the same time. The dude that got shot up wasn't the one that defaced the mural. The guy he was on the phone with was the dude that defaced the Nipsey Hussle mural allegedly. But yes, we saw what happened to that dude. But that's the energy that them guys be calling to themselves. Jody Spencer says, my older cousin had a box of comic books. We used to keep our comic books in crates. Crates. I can't even explain to you how many comic books I had. I think that's one of the main reasons though I like, even to this day, like I could just be by myself and work on something. Like I could just work on something. You understand what I'm saying? By myself. Like I don't need, because I was always sitting alone doing stuff. Sitting alone reading, sitting alone doing this. You know what I'm saying? Now you good, Wavy D. We all making, it's good. It's homie. The dude that was on the jack with him. The dude that he was on Instagram Live with. Then dude, while he was on Instagram Live, homeboy said that he ain't have his pole on him. He said he was lacking. Then they pulled up on him right after he said that shit. So 9 times out of 10, they was already in the cut. They already saw him. They knew where he was at. They just didn't know if he had his pole on him or not. Then when he let everybody know that he ain't had nothing on him, he wasn't scrapped, them niggas moved in on him. And that's what it is. And that's what it is. I keep trying to tell people, yo, look. All of this being super macho shit, I don't care about none of that. I care about zero of that. Some of the toughest niggas I know die young. I'm just telling you what it is. Some of the toughest niggas I know, didn't even just die young. They died doing stupid shit that was unnecessary. But it was basically, you know, not surprised they was doing that thing because it was down the line of what they do, what they usually do. Sometimes people don't get it. You can't just keep fucking up. You can't just keep doing weirdo shit. Do I recollect? Do I recollect? Like, do I remember? Or do I recollect? Because, yeah, I remember almost all of the comic books. I don't remember anything word for word. But I remember a lot of storylines. I'm going to tell you how wild it was. I used to think Captain America was terrible. But I read all of the comic books, and the last comic books I had left before we got to DC was Captain America. Then I started reading the Captain America comic books, and then I was just like, yo, Captain America's really dope. For real, for real. For real. Just on some real shit. You be trying to tell your lady what? But yeah, so if you're trying to say, do I remember? Yeah, I remember most of the storylines. I mean, it should be interesting. I don't know what to tell you. I think I got a Peter Parker complex myself. I think that's the best way to, like, if you was like gonna take somebody and be like, Peter Parker. Yeah, you reap what you sow as a gang member. That's a fact. Wait, your lady's a gang member? Yeah, you reap what you sow as a gang member. That's a fact. The dude decided not to have it on him. The dudes ran down on him and they lit him up. I don't know what to tell you. He ain't wake up that day thinking that he was gonna die. He ain't wake up that day thinking that during some point during that day was gonna be the last time he opened his eyes. He ain't think of that. But yeah, I think that's the best way to explain me. Peter Parker type complex. I'm severely overqualified for everything. But I usually don't try but so hard. That's a fact. And I'm usually mostly highly motivated when I'm in a relationship. That's usually when I'm highly motivated. When I'm single, like I am now, I'm usually not really that highly motivated. These are facts. I often just do stuff because I can. Not because I really care. I usually try not to do no harm. I always want to help people. Yeah. I'm a lot more capable than I look. But I look pretty capable. Yeah. Peter Parker. Peter Parker, Spider-Man is my favorite superhero in the comic books. Captain America is my favorite superhero in the MCU. Captain America's ideals most closely resemble mine. What else y'all want to talk about? How long we been up in here? We've been in here hour, 10 minutes. What else y'all want to talk about? Come on. Found that woman. found out what my credit score was today. Y'all have no idea how happy I am. That shit said, I'm not gonna tell you exactly what it was, but that shit said almost at 700. My credit's almost at 700. My credit score, so I'm feeling good. I don't know about nobody else. I'm feeling good. I don't think they should replace him. I don't know if they should replace him. This is the MCU. I'm going to tell you what they can do. Real quick, I'm going to tell you what they can do. They don't have to bring him back as the Black Panther. For something that people don't know is, in the comic books, his sister actually took over his Black Panther mantle for a little while. Really? 650 and above? It's over 650. 650 and above? Really? Yeah, my credit score is over 650. Really? Okay. Okay. Yeah, my shit over 650. Hold on. So, what you ask me? So, what I think they should do is this. They could either just make Shuri the Black Panther, and they could say, you know, he died off scene. They could do that. They could have him die off screen, right? Or they could just, this is Marvel Universe. They could send him to a, you know, he's in another dimension or some shit. They could do that. But you know what they should do? Bring back N'Judaka. We don't know if he's really dead. You see, because if Black Panther's really a superhero, even though he didn't want to get saved, he would have saved him. I think they should bring back N'Judaka, make him the new Black Panther. And they have to create it in a way where him and Shuri is always at odds. Because while he is doing the Black Panther shit, at the same time, he still has his own convictions about the way that black people are treated in the world. So you have Michael B. Jordan right now at the head of the Black Panther franchise. And I think that's a win. I think that's what they should do. I did not see the new Venom, but I think that's what they should do. Just bring it back that he saved them. Because look, at the end of the day, let's just be honest. A superhero is supposed to save you even if you want to die. A superhero ain't supposed to let you die even if you want to die. Right? Tell me where I'm wrong. I hate that my shirt does this. Tell me where I'm wrong. Like, even if you want to die, a superhero is supposed to save you. So even though N'Judaka wanted to die, what up, Leto? Haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, my brother? And when are all of you rat bastards going back to green? And this time, when y'all go to green, could y'all just swing some bags? All of you that ain't green, that used to be green, when y'all go back to join the green team, swing bags. Ain't none of you broke niggas. Y'all could fucking join at $10 a month. Ain't none of you niggas broke. Ain't none of you broke niggas. Y'all could join that $10 a month. Bag swingers. I need everybody who's a bag swinger. That's who I'm gonna invite to come to the to see the movie with me. You guys are all bag swingers. On this Friday, for anybody who's a bag swinger that wants to come and watch the movie with me, that want to come and watch Black Widow with me. On Friday, I'm going to stream Black Widow for everybody who's a bag swinger. So let's say you're not a bag swinger. It's $10. You can literally just become a bag swinger for this 1 month for $10. Throw me up on your TV this weekend and watch Black Widow for $10. Just saying. This weekend, we streaming Black Widow. Only bag swingers. Those are the only people I'm sending a link out to. Bag swingers. So everybody that's a bag swinger, y'all have to hit me on my DMs. So I could make sure that I get y'all guys in the appropriate type of groups. And I gotta get, I'm gonna try to have my Discord. I don't know what the fuck happened to the Discord, but I'm gonna try to have the Discord running appropriately by the end of the week, so that might help the situation. That's fair. I'm gonna be using the streaming service. I'm gonna be using the streaming service. If the streaming service allows for me to do it, how could it not be fair? It can't be illegal if the streaming service is gonna allow me to do it. I'm just inviting all of you guys to a streaming service. So if y'all want to get y'all invite, we going to all sit down. Everybody who's a bag swinger, we going to do that this weekend. And that's what we're going to start doing. That's one of the things we're going to start bringing to the community. When the new movies come out, that's another thing that we could do. And that's something that's inside of our wheelhouse. Because I'm going to watch the movies. I've done seen the movie twice already. I'm going to let you know right now. That shit is lit. Yo. Black Widow? Ken Dio, I didn't get that shit to you yet. I just did I just did a live. I told you to use the one that we did the other day. I think it was on Friday. I told you to use that live. I told you the show, it was on Friday, I believe. That was the live. I just didn't have the timestamps for when each individual call was made. But yo, so that's what we're gonna do. So if you're a bag swinger, I'm gonna send out so everybody that's a bag swinger. Right now, we only got, I think we got a little bit less than 30 people as a bag swinger, so we see what happens. So we're gonna have about 30 people in there this weekend. Maybe next week we do maybe once a week, we do once or twice a month. We do a movie that's in the theater. That should more than pay for a $10 being a bag swinger. That should more than pay for being a bag swinger. To be honest with you. Come on, let's go. Let's get some let's get 5 to $10 drops to the Cash App. Y'all, come on, let's go. Nah, Black Widow was lit. And not only was Black Widow lit, but homegirl in the movie is one of my new favorite actors that I want to bang. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Homegirl that was her sister with the blood, I want to bang her. And not because she's particularly attractive looking. And I don't want to bang whoever she is in real life. I want to bang that character. I don't know who she is in real life. That character, though, I want to bang that character. Yeah, that character. I want to bang that character. Every single thing that came out of her mouth was like, God damn it. I need to be hanging out with her all day, every day. She just has all of the one-liners. She witty as shit. She funny as hell. Oh, man. And she had a death wish. And they're so subtle. Yo, I'm gonna give, this is spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Homegirl had a death wish. And the shit was so subtle. Like, it was so subtle how they let you know that she had a death wish. It was so subtle. Like, the shit was crazy. I'm not going to say what it is, because you may see it and think different than I do. But I think she had a death wish. And it was just, the way they did it was just so subtle. But it was dope. It was dope in its subtleties. Alright. Anything else y'all want to talk about, or we gonna get up out of here? Anything y'all want to talk about? What up, J-Dub? Anything y'all want to talk about, or y'all want to get up out of here? I'm not in no rush. If there's something y'all want to talk about, we can talk about it. I ain't in no rush. But hell yeah, Homegirl. Homegirl was dope. Nah, it's not illegal. Dumbass. I gotta check and see when these court dates is coming. Whenever the court dates is happening, I'm gonna pull up. I did not see the fight on UFC. I did not see the fight on UFC, so I don't know. Well, I do know this much though. Dude broke his leg, so. Pete Alonso won the home run champion again. Shout out to Pete Alonso. He changed pitches too. Rakim and LL Cool J. Many considered MC Light, and I've said Rakim and LL Cool J. MC Light and Rakim. Many people considered MC Light to be the best female rapper in the 80s. I was a big MC Light fan, but only because I thought she was attractive. That's why I fuck with MC Light. I was like, she's so fine. MC Light was just, she was fine. Leslie Rush. Shout out to Leslie Rush. I had the biggest crush on her. I enjoy the movies because I'm very happy they're making the movies. But the only reason why I really like the comic books is because the comic books, a storyline might be going on for 2-3 years. So you'll have 20 comic books. Because remember, one comic book a month. So you'll have a storyline in the comic books that'll last like 3-4 years. And it'll be one storyline. Because remember, the comic only comes out once a month. So I love that. Cream to understand. So yeah, so I love that. But I mean, I like the movies. If you're talking about the characterizations that they do, I still prefer the comic books characterizations in the comic books to the movies. Generally speaking, I like in the comic books that Tony Stark is an alcoholic for a long period of time, because that changes the dynamic of his character. I like in the comic books that Peter Parker is just the nicest, kindest guy in the world, and people just keep shitting on him and doing him wrong, and he got all of these people that just hate him for really no reason. You understand what I'm saying? Like that. Like I'm here for that. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm here for that. You understand what I'm saying? I like that. The Incredible Hulk is just the characterization behind him. He's just he's trying so hard not to do no harm, but the things that he's trying not to harm is chasing him. Like that's like, do you understand? Like that characterization that they have in the comic books is second and third level deep. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and I think that as much as they try to emulate those things, or they try to, you don't have that 3-4 years of character development like you'll have in a comic book. 3, 4, 5 years of character development. You got a couple of movies. But yeah, I definitely love the movies. Like I said before, I really, really, really enjoy. I like the movies. I really do like the movies. That's a fact. Movies are preferable. I don't know. It's either which way. It's either which way you go. But I like reading though, so I'm just a different breed. You feel me? Like in my spare time, I don't like, I do stuff for me in my spare time. Like in my spare time, I don't know how to explain it. I'm to myself, so I'm not. So that's how I get it up. I don't know. It is what it is, though. I'm curious. Let me see something. There's a new thing where you can ask viewers questions. Oh shit! I could take polls in the thing now? Okay, so this is a new thing. I could create polls while we're in. These people can't. This guy says, law support begging for cash noon. First of all, you can't spell. Second, didn't y'all say I've been begging for money like for the last 5 years? So now you're saying now I'm just starting to do it? I thought you said I've been doing it for like the last 4 or 5 years. Oh, you can't get your lies straight. Not a problem. Hey, could we drop some frost in the chat, please, if y'all don't mind? The supporters, only the supporters. I'm not talking to the people in here that's just in here and y'all are not supporters. Could the supporters drop some frost? Could y'all spam some frost? Yeah, the first time I've not seen it until right now. I just now seen it. Thank you, Steelofax. Thank you, Jody Spencer. Could we spam some frost, please? Shout out to Brooklyn Banger. Everybody say what's up to my brother. I hate when they have the basketball players and the football players taking photos at the damn sports events like they're fans. Like, y'all niggas is not fans. Why just go hire an actual photographer to go do that so they can get the best pictures possible? What the fuck? We're about an hour and a half in. I'm gonna let y'all guys go anyway. I was just trying to wait until we was at least an hour and a half because I gotta start making sure that we at least get to an hour and a half. Sometimes we don't. I guess I'll call out the drops for today real quick and then we get up out of here. I'll let y'all go and enjoy y'all day. Unless there's something y'all want to talk about, but nobody's talking about anything, and I'm not gonna just stay in here to have whoever that troll is going back and forth with me. I don't really care to talk to them. I never care to talk to them. I want to try to keep my energy constructive and not destructive. So no, I wouldn't want to never talk to them ever. If they hide in here under fake accounts and not be disruptive, that's not me talking to them. A 29-year-old porn star jumped to her death off 22nd floor after telling her friends that she was lonely and wanted to start a family. Y'all better stop believing that these people out here that's trying to tell you that they're lonely, that it's all about sex, because it ain't. That's why a man can't even tell nobody when he alone, when he lonely. Because if a man say he lonely, the first thing people are gonna think is he just desperate. He just wants some pussy. So when you a man, you can't even tell people you lonely. You just gotta just go through it. You can't even tell people. Because if you a man and you be like you lonely, people just gonna think you just want to get pussy. That's it. Like there's nothing else. That's all men live for. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Her name was Christina something Lisina, Lisina. She went on the stage name as Christina the Fox. She was found dead on Tuesday last week after falling from a 22nd story window in St. Petersburg. Her boyfriend, who goes by the name of Rustam M on social media, broke the news of her death on her followers while appealing for funds to help with funeral costs. Another thing y'all gotta realize is a lot of these females that do that for a living, they don't make no money, yo. They don't make no money. Remember that one chick, what was her name? Mia Khalifa? She said she was doing porn for months, right? For like 3 months. She did like hundreds and hundreds of videos or some shit like that. And she said she made like $5,000 or something like that. Like 3-4 months of work. It was like $5,000 or $3,000. Like that's no money. Anyway, her boyfriend goes by the name of whatever. Police investigating the death said she was found was a coin in her hand engraved with the words, "You'll always be in my heart." Meanwhile, a friend said she had talked in recent weeks of feeling lonely and wanting to start a family. Reports in Russia said recently she was complaining to her friends about feeling lonely. She wanted to have a family and be loved. That's some real shit, though. Some real shit, though. If you a man, you can't tell nobody you lonely. You just gotta just be lonely. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't tell nobody that. Anyway, shout out to her family. I mean, it's very sorry to feel that the lady felt like she had to take her life. I mean, I don't know her, so I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I just think different about death than most people do. I'm not gonna have that conversation tonight though. I'm gonna let y'all go. Enjoy y'all day. Enjoy your night. If you got anybody still awake in your household, give them a hug. Tell them you love them. You don't never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Give people their flowers while they still here. Also, when we wake up in the morning, one of the first things we want to do is drink water. Water is very important. Make sure that it has a good alkaline content in it. One of the main reasons in which water is so important is because that's one of the easiest way to get the minerals into our bodies, where our bodies will absorb them. So always look at water as that. You are trying to consume minerals. You're just not drinking something because it's wet. What the fuck? With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. Somebody already got kicked. Dope. Somebody already got kicked. Dope.
Say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing. Cuckoo. And get thrown out the conversation. Throw up 2 fingers and tell them, please don't keep the drama waiting. Bye. Donate to the cause and hit the cash app. And if you ain't got it, them likes are free. Go and smash that. BBN. Hit that with a hashtag. Sick with the content. Come around and need a hazmat. Jack Frost. Yeah, you dudes need to back off. You got the work around here. Yeah, we all tip our hats off. Keep the same name. That's what you point for. But if you coming back in, put a 2.0. Big bags. And you asking what they heavy for. Foot and ass be going hella crazy with the petty wars. Good conversation, that's what we be really ready for. Conversation like being on the bottom of a heavy whore. Nah. Why niggas be like that? I unsubscribe and tell them, yo, hey, I'll be right back. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing.
Yeah, bags. We just kicked that guy straight out the door. We don't got time for that. We hold those over here. Who the fuck is that dude? Hold on, bro. Can we get bags in the chat? Y'all don't see it, but somebody got hit with bags. Can we get all the bags?